Hey guys, like I mentioned in the tail end of my last video, I have a different sort of video today where I actually self-customized a pair of Nike Premiers, the limited edition, they're supposedly calling them, but it's more special edition if anything, where they commemorate the current Nike sponsor World Cup winners, which is England, France, and Brazil. Here I have the Brazil Premier, which actually came out in all yellow, and as you can see, I customized the swoosh to be green and the tongue part, and the England, which came in all red, and customized the swoosh to be and tongue to be white. Where to start? So I'll go right into the process. Well, my first thoughts of the limited or the special edition premieres that released were a little off-putting. The fact that it was just an all yellow boot or all red boot kind of threw me off. I didn't really like it. I liked the little contrast, like for instance the swoosh to be a different color. But yeah, so that's what I guess you can say triggered me to do my own little paint job on them, and I am pretty satisfied with the results actually. I think they look nicer, and I think this is how they should have released by Nike. And without further ado, I'll go right into the process. So the first thing you want to do is get yourself some acetone, as you can see here, pure acetone. You can find these in nail polish removers, although many of them nowadays do not have acetone in them. It is a pretty strong chemical, and what this does is, like it says on the bottle, it's used to remove acrylics, gel polish, nail wraps, and nail polish. And when you get the boots, the whole boot is really finished with a sort of coating, and you want to get rid of that so that the paint you apply absorbs into the area that you want to apply it to. So applying acetone to the boot will make it a much more efficient job. And so what you do is basically, I got some nasty ones that I used during this process, is you just get some like cotton sheets, you know, you dab it and you lightly just apply it all on the area that you are going to paint. And on here, obviously you take the laces off before you do this paint job, and you just apply it there. And after that, you want to, so that's easy enough so far. After that, you want to get sandpaper. Right here I have like a unique sort of sandpaper with different abrasive finishes. I use the most abrasive finish I could find just because it'll be the most effective in your job. And basically you just, after you apply the acetone, you just sandpaper it down. So you just get rid of, you really clean the surface off of any finishes that may still be there in the future. So after sandpapering, you want to do a really good sandpaper job because this will help the paint absorb better into the material. And let's just focus again. And so after you sandpaper it, I would allow, you know, a good 10-15 minutes just for it to, you know, all dry out and whatnot. And that is when you get into your paint. And so what I used is, and what I've read online from various forums and websites for customizing your own shoes, is to use an acrylic water-based paint pen. And so that is what I bought. And the brand that I used was Montana. I'm not sure if it actually says Montana on this paint pen. But they're found on eBay. They're about $8 shipped, and the one pen lasts the whole paint job of both shoes. So this one, swoosh all around and tongue, and this boot, swoosh all around and tongue. And as you can see, it's pretty much empty now, and it lasted the whole job. So $8 is not too bad. It lasts the whole over the whole surface that you want to apply it to. And let's see, you can find these on eBay, like I said. It is Montana. I'll probably leave links below in case you want to do this yourself. The color of this one, specifically if you're interested in doing the Brazil ones, is shock green. And it's fine tip, but that doesn't really matter. As long as you're careful when applying it, it should be fine. Acrylic, water-based. So yeah, you apply this all around, whatnot, until, well, basically I did it until the marker is dead. And that ended up being about 12 coats each on both shoes. 12 coats each. And then you want to let that sit and dry for a decent amount of time. I did a day of just letting it sit and dry. Obviously, I should mention, if you're not experienced with doing this, you won't. After you apply a coat, you want to wait for it to completely dry. That takes anywhere between 25 minutes and 40 minutes. So you could just go back and forth doing something, and then come back and reapply. You want to apply a coat, let it dry, then reapply the coat, and just keep doing that until the marker is dead, of course. And that will get you the best product, best finish. Let's see. Okay, so once you let that all dry, once you're all done with the marker, you can obviously toss it because it's useless now. And this is where the finish comes in, and this will give you that nice glossy matte finish to make it look like it was actually part of the boot in the first place. And what I got was, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Angelus or Angelus, Angelus matte acrylic finisher. This was, I believe, I can't remember. I think it was $5–10, but it does last a while. So I mean, I used this finisher on 2 pairs, so 4 boots, and that's all I have to use. So I have all this left. So it'll last a while if I ever have to do any in the future. And so what you do is, oh, by the way, this is on eBay, and I will be posting the link in the description. But what you do is you take this finisher and dab a little bit on a cloth, and then just a little bit, because it's pretty watery, and you just want to apply it around nicely, you know, and wait for it to dry. And yeah, I actually ended up applying 3 coats of the finisher. I waited for it to dry and then went back to it, reapplied it, etc., until I got, you know, a really nice coating on top that will hopefully hold the color. And as you can see, probably see here, I have painter's tape. That's optional, but highly recommended. You want to apply before you paint, you want to apply the painter's tape all the way around the swoosh and like the areas that you're going to paint, just so you don't get any on the actual leather. And that's what I did. Ooh, that was loud. And looks like no problems. I got a pretty good finish all the way around. No spills on the side or anything. And of course, optional, I did manage to find some customized flags. This is actually from a friend, but there was some on eBay, a seller selling iron-on flag customizations for soccer cleats. He has since deleted his post and is no longer selling. I'm not sure if he'll come back or not. I'm gonna try messaging him to see if I can get some more in. But yeah, so what I did is I just applied, let's see, a Brazil flag there just to add to that Brazil effect of the Nike Premier's Brazil edition. And I applied on the heel. It sticks really well. I mean, I'm rubbing really hard, and look at that, it's still on. It's really just, it's cemented itself onto this, and you don't even notice it. There's not an extra bump or anything when you run your finger over it. So that's really cool, adding a nice little spice. And that's it. I mean, if you get the red ones, just for your information, I used Shock White, I believe it's called. Yeah, let's see right there. It's the Shock White Pure, and that is what I did when applying it to my brother's Red England Premiers. And as you can see there, I have a flag, an England flag. I will be applying it there because he does like to have that flag customization on top. And there we go, all the way around. There's the tongue. That's basically what it looks like. And there's the England one. I'll do one little more rotation of the Brazil. And there's that. Like I said before, I haven't used them yet. My brother is planning on using his this weekend. So we'll see how well they actually last, how well they hold up, especially on the instep, because that's where all the contact, most of the contact comes from. But yeah, I'll try and do an update video to see how they do hold out. But I do recommend you trying it out if you do get these Premiers and you do like this design. It's really easy to do. I do like the new look of them after I customize them. And yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them below, and I will answer them as soon as possible and to the best of my ability. Until next video, see you guys.